What is going on, guys? I'm here in North Carolina, and by my Canadian standards, it's a pretty nice day. There's no snow on the ground. But I first just wanted to say, before we get into this video, thank you. Thank you to all of you. It's been such a fun little stretch here on my YouTube channel. You actually just hit 100,000 views on a video for the first time for me, which is a cool accomplishment. But thank you guys for being interested in filmmaking. You know, you're not just interested in cool shots and transitions and the brand new gear. You guys want to know about filmmaking and how to make better films, which is super exciting for me because I know there's gonna be a lot of new amazing films coming out of what you guys are making. So keep at it. I love what you guys are doing. But today's video, I want to talk about crafting a better film. And the reason why I'm making this video is a client actually reached out to me and asked me to reshoot a video that someone had shot for them. And I don't know how to put this. The video that was made for them, well, it sucked. It was terrible. And the reason why is every 2 seconds in the video, they just did a cool transition, some crazy shot. They didn't really seem to care too much about story or establishing what was happening on. They just wanted to get to the next transition. This is kind of the issue I see on a lot of videos on YouTube, and it might be the reason why your videos are struggling yourself, is there isn't any scenes. People aren't creating scenes in their films. They're just trying to do the next cool shot to the next cool shot to the next cool shot. And you know, there is a lot of amazing cinematographers on YouTube these days, but if you're just doing one cool shot after the next, doing a transition, after maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, your video gets boring and people really don't want to watch it till the end, unless you're like someone like Sam Kohler, who like his videos are just, they blow my mind, they're crazy. But if you want to be creating a film that someone wants to watch to the end, you need to be starting to create scenes in your film. So today I'm just going to give a couple quick tips on how to shoot scenes. Real simple stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually shot this video a couple weeks ago in New York when I was there for meetings, but New York is so loud that when I went back to my video in the edit, shooting scene, where you're going, it is so loud in New York that I couldn't stand it. So I've decided to come here to a somewhat quiet forest to reshoot this video. But anyways, talking about shooting scenes, the first tip is you need to get establishing shots. You need to show people where you are. And this is a good time for drone shots. This is a good time just to get a shot outside the building. It doesn't have to be cool. It doesn't have to be a sexy shot. It just needs to show people where you are. This is so important because it breaks up scenes. And why this is important too is often as cinematographers, we get obsessed with shallow depth of field. So we start getting on a 50mm lens, or we start getting in really tight on things because we think shallow depth of field is super cool, which it does look great. But if that's all you're shooting in your film, tight shots, your edit starts to feel claustrophobic and we never know where you are. So get a drone shot showing the space, showing the world that your character is in, or get even just a shot of the exterior. Look at No Country is an Island, our film. We have the scene here in this coffee shop, and the first thing I did was get a shot outside the building. It's not that impressive of a shot, but we know exactly where our people are, and I can put their voice over that shot so we know, oh, there's people inside and they're doing something. Get establishing shots. This is so important. It'll help break up your story and it can show people where you are and where you're going. I'm just trying to decide which pipe I want to sit on. I think I'm going to go to the concrete one. This one's going to give me hepatitis. Also, I have a little surprise at the end of this video, which if you're Canadian or Scandinavian, you'll really appreciate. Actually, anyone will appreciate it. It's very near and dear to my heart. But talking about scenes and storytelling, essentially I'm talking about having a beginning, middle, and end. And storytelling is this like dirty word on YouTube. People hate it. They want to just know about the next sexy piece of gear, but what I want to talk about is some really standard stuff which will really help your film. So one of the tips I have when I'm shooting documentaries is I get people just to explain what's happening in the scene. I'll literally just ask someone, hey, what's happening? What are you doing? What are you going through right now? What are you experiencing? And getting these real-time quotes from people is really amazing. It really actually helps your scene, because if you just do everything in interviews, if you get people to re-explain what happened, they don't have that same energy that they do in the moment. So take, for example, this video I shot, I think like 10 or 12 years ago in Haiti. I'm filming a bunch of humanitarian people taking up water from a well up to the top of this hill to help build a school. And rather than just getting shots of the people doing it, which I did, or getting them in an interview later talking about it, I asked a couple of them in the moment what they're feeling, and you get their emotion.
Liam. What was that? It's really hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
So the simple tip is just get people to explain what's happening around them. Grab them in the moment and ask them, hey, what's happening right now? Where are you? What is going on? My next tip is you need to kind of control the scene a bit. And in documentary, this might feel weird, especially if you're shooting a verite film, but it's actually really helpful. It doesn't mean that you're controlling your character's story, but ask them to do certain things. If you want to get them landing at a location, get them walking out. If you want them talking about a certain thing that will help your story, ask them, say, hey, can you two talk about what's going on today? And get these shots, help your character tell their own story. Now, you're not telling their story for them, but you as a filmmaker, you need to get key moments. So get people talking about what they're doing, get them talking about the tension that they're experiencing. So in our film, No Country is an Island, the scene in this coffee shop that I was talking about, they actually weren't necessarily going to have that meeting, but in the film, we needed to show what this team was up against, that there had just been a terrorist attack in their country and that they were trying to help the victims. So we asked them, hey, could we film a team meeting? Could we do it in a quiet room? Could we shoot what's happening? So yes, we helped create that scene that might not have happened, but that scene happens in their lives. So sometimes you actually need to get into their lives and help make a few things happen so that you can tell their story more accurately. And my last point is use B-roll to explain what's happening in the scene. You don't just have to have someone talking about, hey, here we are, this is what we're doing. You can actually use shots to create tension, to create the tone, to show what's going on. So again, returning back to this coffee shop scene, we got shots of people looking a bit stressed on camera. We got them writing on their notepad. We showed that there was coffee on the table. We immediately established that there's people in this room, they're discussing something serious, and they're in a coffee shop. And that really helps. You immediately know what's going on just by a few shots, or you're at least intrigued to know what's happening. Is something stressful? Which it was. You know, they were talking about helping these victims who've had their lives completely changed, and a lot of the case had a lot of their family killed in this terrorist attack. So we wanted to quickly establish that tone in the room, and we did that through just a couple quick shots of B-roll. So always be looking around the environment that you're in for little shots that can help tell more about who your character actually is. So this is why too I always talk about write your documentaries out, write a quick story, and then you'll know when you're filming, okay, what is the next scene and what's happening. It's like where Christmas trees go to die or something. So just to recap, get establishing shots for your scene, show people where they are, what's kind of going on. Number two, what was number two? Number two, get real-time quotes, get people to explain where they are, what is happening, get some interview questions that explained what was going on so people know what is happening in that scene, they understand what is trying to be accomplished. I don't know if that's good English. Number three is use B-roll to establish the scene, show what's going on inside the scene. You don't just have to have people talking, but the shots you get explain the story and show who your character is. And number four, get an exit shot. Get something to wrap up the scene. It's just that simple. Beginning, middle, and end, and it'll make your films a lot more interesting and will help people understand what is going on in your film, that it's not just a series of cool shots. So just a reminder too, I got that Mez headphone contest going on, still going strong. You guys have been blowing up my account with it. I love it. The contest descriptions are below. Just got to follow this channel, leave a comment with the hashtag, and run over to my Instagram and give me a follow on there. But now I'm really excited. I'm gonna go do something I've been wanting to do for many, many years. So I'm taking these little guys ice skating for the first time. They've never been. They're 50% Canadian, so I thought, you know, they have to ice skate. It's like walking in Canada. You have to skate. So you guys excited to go ice skating?
Yeah!
All right, let's go do it.
Almost did a split.
Hey, buddy. We're going fast now.
Whoa!
Joshy! It's not really skating, it's kind of dragging, but he's doing a good job. So Ice skating was a success, I think. How'd you guys like it?
It was awesome!
Yeah, you know, their Canadian blood runs thick. They did really good. But we gotta go get some dinner. And what do you guys want to say?
See you on the next one!
Well, we'll see you guys soon.